So we're gathered here at the Canadian Studmuffin fan club meeting. Molly, you're here. You don't mind being videotaped?
No.
Okay. Tim, introduce yourself and tell me how great I am.
Well, you're pretty great.
Yeah,
And you produce very high quality entertainment.
And what are we doing today?
I guess we're going to see Sparks. I guess.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hello, introduce yourself.
I'm Mark, and you're pretty great.
Thank you.
And we're going to see Sparks.
I'm Wendy. I'm a big Larry fan.
Thank you.
And it's a Sparks show, a Sparks show, a Sparks show tonight.
I can't
And-
top that.
And who are you?
It doesn't matter anymore.
How's my hair look? Don't touch my hair. Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. Yesterday, Molly and I went to Toronto and we saw Sparks for the third time, and I've seen them, I think, 6 times in total. And as most of you know by now, I was very honored, or we were very honored, to meet Ron and Russell after the show, and we'll talk about that after talking about the show itself. So, take it away, Molly. What did you... No. Oh, one thing I do want to say is we had pretty good seats, right? And a friend of mine on Facebook, he's followed me for quite a few years on YouTube, Tim. He had front row, and his friend ended up sadly not being able to go because he was very sick. And so there was an empty seat. And so Tim, I think did he offer like you could sit?
He told you. No?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he did kind of offer. And it's like, no, I'm not going to leave Molly alone and sit at the front, even though I really wanted to.
I made you.
No, I wanted to be with Molly, right? I enjoy her because, you know, she enjoys the shows too. And so what ended up happening is before we went to Toronto, Molly was saying, I want you to sit in the front with Tim because, you know, she knows I've been such a big Sparks fan for over 50 years. And so I said, yes. No, I said, no, seriously, I did. I didn't want to do that at first. I'd feel bad, right? But Molly was insisting, right? And she's like, and then, you know, I was worried, okay, and then afterwards she's not speaking to me for a year.
I'm such a horrible person.
No, but it was very kind of her, and she wanted me to experience being in the front row. So thank you very much.
You get the chance to do that.
Yeah.
Why would I?
And so it was just awesome. Tim loved it too. That was Tim's first Sparks show. And during the first song, Tim turned to me and said, they're even better live. And it's true. Russell, his vocals are as great as ever. And the whole band, it was a bit heavier than you, like more rocky. And they played one of my older favorite Sparks songs, Whippings and Apologies. Maybe if I remember, I'll have the set list here at the end. And there might be a little bit of video. I didn't take too much video because I want to experience, you know, being there. And I really did. I might do another video later, just getting a little deeper into my feelings about it. But it was very emotional for me. And for the encore, you know, they come back on and do 2 more songs. They went back to be with Molly. And
I didn't make you do that.
yeah, she didn't. No, she didn't. So, yeah, tell me what you thought of it.
Well, like you said, I wanted you to be at the front so badly, right? You had such a great opportunity, and it was so nice of Tim to offer that to you.
Yeah.
And I said, when they came out, I said I was just standing up looking at you, wanting to see your reaction, to see them coming out. That was, you know, on stage, right? And no, it was a great show.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
And the lights.
As always, though, they're always good shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Always been.
So if you ever have Sparks in your area, go, you know. So anyway, regarding meeting Ron and Russell, it was such an honor for me and Molly. I don't want to get into all the details, but anyway, the Sparks universe reached out to me and said that Ron and Russell would like to meet me after the show briefly, and just, you know, I guess they wanted to thank me for their support over the years. I have gotten a few of my viewers into becoming Sparks fans. And also at the show, I would like to thank everybody that came up to Molly and I, introduced themselves. I think maybe one or two people, like one woman wrote to me and said she was too shy to approach me, and I'm approachable, right? Kind of.
You know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's just Larry. Yeah, so just come up to me. I'm a little shy. I love it. I love the attention.
You love it.
No, but thanks to everybody that said hello and all that. I really do appreciate it, and Molly too. They were
fun to meet people.
Yeah. So anyway, great show. Amazing set list. And so we went backstage. It was a little confusing at first, but we finally got backstage and we were told to, just sit down and wait for them. No,
shut up.
and I guess later Molly was kind of, a little worried because we were sitting there for maybe 10 minutes or whatever. And Molly she didn't say it, but she was kind of worried that, maybe they left, right? And how how hurt I would be,
No, disappointed.
I'd be so disappointed. And then I think you saw Russell first, right? Coming out. And I look up and there's Russell coming towards me with a smile on his face. So I got up and I said, "Hi, Russell, it's an honor to meet you." And I shook his hand. And then Ron came out just after him. And you can tell your memories of it instead of me telling.
Well, like you said, I was a bit kind of thinking, oh, maybe wires are crossed or they've left, or I was just really hoping for you that they would.
They lied to me.
No, but if just because I was surprised when we went backstage how everyone was gone. It was very quiet besides the crew, right?
Yeah.
Were there, and I thought maybe busier, so I thought maybe they all kind of got out of there. So anyway, when I eventually see Russell come around the corner, I just remember it was a relief to go, oh, he's here and he's coming.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see him coming out, and then Ron right behind him. So that was just really fun. And then kind of went back and let you do your meet them yourself.
Yeah, but you can tell what I said and stuff instead of me, like, and your reaction.
Yeah, and you weren't as, well, I knew you would be, but you're very calm about it too. You were happy to see them, but you weren't like, oh, it's wrong. You weren't crazy like that, but I knew you wouldn't be. But I just introduced yourself, and they were just so sweet. And then they looking right at you. They were really. Yeah,
and then Russell said to me, he said, he said some things I don't want to, just nice things I don't want to. It's private, but just every nice. And he said, I just want you to know that.
It doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, he said, I just want you to know that it doesn't go unnoticed, and that that kind of got to me. And I said, well, thank you very much, right? And then I just just for a few minutes, and I mentioned the first time I saw them was in 1982 at the Elmo Combo, and Russell was wondering if they played there, and yeah, they had played there. And and at one point, I also thank them for all of the work they've done all throughout the years. And I said, Russell, you were amazing tonight. Ron, you were pretty good. And, they got a chuckle out of that. We just talked for a few minutes, and Ron, I guess it's just respect for what we each do. They do it, of course, in a bigger way than I do, but it's just respect for being creative in our own ways. And I never in a million years, now I'm going to cry. No, I never thought in a million years that they would reach out to me, right? And so I just want to thank them once again. It meant a lot to me and Molly. What else?
Well, I said when, I always sort of step back, and I remember just thinking like, wow, Larry, watching you interact with them, thinking like, so happy for you that you really, you're meeting them, right?
Yeah.
It didn't feel real at the time. It's just like, I was so happy for you.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. And then, they were kind enough to sign a couple of things, for my friend Tim and Wendy.
We got some pictures of.
And yeah, I said, do you mind if I, ask first, right? Do you mind if I get a picture? And Molly said she wanted me with them first. And then their assistant was very nice, thank you. And she said, Molly, you want a picture? And she said, no, thank you. No. and then she went beside Russell and all four of us. And maybe just say about how they interacted with us for a second, like being genuine or whatever.
As brief as it was, I think that they seem really, like you said, genuine and kind, and just they didn't have to do any of this.
No.
They didn't at all. And I know how much it meant to you. I think it was just you respect them and they respected, and it was just a quick little, and that meant a lot to you.
Yeah.
So
And I also said to them at the end, I said, whatever, because of this, I'm gonna give you a good review on YouTube for the concert. And then Ron says a 4 out of 5 rating. But it was a 10 out of 10 rating. So that's it. That's our story. The thumbnail you'll see of me with Ron and Russell, but there's more pictures and a little bit of video. And like I said, I might do a follow-up in a couple of days or whatever.
But even after I was thinking, how much energy they give to others.
Just amazing.
But then to even take 2 minutes to say something after, to talk to you after.
Truthfully, I'm 67 and I'm sitting there and I'm tired just clapping and standing up and dancing. And the first time I stood up, I guess I'd been sitting for so long, I kind of fell backwards a bit, and there they are on stage just running around.
Well, they have more energy than people have. Right?
So, like I said, if you don't know who Sparks are, please check them out. I've been a fan for over 50 years. And the more fans, the better. And just know that, just from that short encounter, that's, one of the reasons I love Sparks. And a lot of fans love Sparks. They're just awesome. And their music's pretty darn good too.
And the band. Yeah. Props to the band.
And so that's it. Thank you. Any final words, Molly?
Thank you for letting me join you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know that's a ticket a lot of people would have wanted, right? To join you.
No, but I wanted you to, meet them too. And,
it was special for me too. So.
Yeah, okay. So that's it. Thank you. Bye.